Namaste. This presentation is for educational purposes only and does not claim to diagnose, prevent, or cure any diseases or disorders. The advice and methods of this presentation should not be construed as financial, medical, or psychological advice or treatment. Take advice from a professional if you have a serious issue. And if a Chod session doesn't feel right to you, please do not perform it. This meditation contains imagery that some may find disturbing, so discretion is advised. By watching and or participating in this presentation, you understand that results are not guaranteed. Yamajit, John Hollinsby Mayer, Tridevi Chamunda Mandir, and YouTube cannot accept any responsibility for any injuries or damages incurred from the practices and meditations contained in this video. Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit, and thank you so very much for being here this evening for what's actually part one of the essence drop of the heart of the Dakini Chod. This is a Chod to Ma Vajrayogini. And this is one, as I mentioned in the previous broadcast, this is one that I did when I was still very new to the practice several months ago and seemed pretty popular. A lot of people liked it, but I know now, having learned so much more in these last several months, I just know I can do a much nicer job of presenting this particular Chod practice. So I've learned some new melodies and just have gotten more comfortable with the practice in general. So last night I shared with you the practice in its original Tibetan, and this is done for the purpose of being a guided, not really a guided, but just a healing sound meditation. So you can play that recording anytime you like. Just sit, relax, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and let the sound of the original language guide your consciousness to where it needs to be. So tonight, I'll be sharing the same process with you, only in English. So a couple of quick announcements. So this coming Tuesday, I'll be sharing the Kali Stotram Askatam, which is a hymn to Kali. Actually, what it is called what's called a dhyanam. And a dhyanam is a guided visualization. And then next Friday will be part 9 of our 64 Yogini series, and we'll be honoring Ma Varahi. Both of those will be at 7 p.m. You can join live on YouTube. You can watch the recordings later. And you can always also join us in person at our temple, 1260 South Xavier Street in Denver. So this presentation will be an adaptation of a traditional Tibetan Chod practice. Only this one is dedicated to the feminine Buddha, Vajrayogini, who we see on our altar tonight. It will be offered as a guided sound meditation for the healing of body, mind, and spirit. So just a quick introduction. First, anybody who is new to these broadcasts and to Chod practice, I recommend that you go back to some of the recordings on this channel, and you'll find lots of information on this practice. But essentially, Chod is a visualized meditation where we're working with inner energies. We're working with parts of ourselves that aren't necessarily harmonious with us. And instead of being afraid of them, instead of just trying to destroy them, instead we honor them. We give them what they most desire, and that is ourselves. And through that process, that energy is redirected and transformed. So tonight's practice will take place in A number of stages. I think some of you are familiar with these. I'm going to start out with a simple Vajrayogini puja to help set the mood for the practice by establishing sacred space. I'll then invite you to lay down in Shavasana, close your eyes, and breathe deeply. And at that time, I'll give you the opportunity to think about and choose a personal issue that needs healing or resolution. If you wish, you'll also be given the opportunity to visualize your issue as a living being, a personal demon to feed in the course of this meditation. There's really nothing else for you to do. Just open your receptivity and allow the words, the chants, and the melodies to guide your consciousness to where it needs to be at this moment. You can also do this practice as a seated meditation as well, whichever is most comfortable for you. Each section of our Chod will be sung in English, accompanied by traditional instruments, including the temple drum, the shang bell, and the kangling, which is a thigh-bone trumpet. I have modified some wording of this practice to better facilitate visualization. There's no right or wrong way to experience this practice. Whatever you experience will be unique for each individual and purely your own. So we're going to start with the first sections, which are the refuge, which is calling the divine forces, and the bodhicitta, establishing an intention to establish divine enlightened consciousness for the purpose of relieving the suffering of yourself. And also we're doing this practice for all sentient beings as well. Then the next section is called the body mandala. This is one that may be a little bit new for some of you. And it provides a visualization of the feasts to come for those attending. And the guests of our feasts will include deities, spirits, karmic creditors, and personal and collective demons, also our teachers as well, and other figures that maybe we admire. And of course, we're including all sentient beings. Then we go to the main practice, which is the lujan, or body offering. And this itself takes place in a number of stages. The first stage is called the poa. We're going to visualize ejecting our consciousness through the crowns of our heads. Our ejected consciousness will manifest in the form of Ma Vajrayogini. And remember again, she's the fierce, divine female Buddha. And we will envision ourselves as Vajrayogini standing over our lifeless bodies and preparing for the first feast, which is the white feast of nectar. So the visualization will include cutting up the body, boiling it within a skull cup or a kapala to produce nectar, which is then carried to and consumed by its recipients. And for the white feast, this would include peaceful deities, our gurus, saints, bodhisattvas, benevolent spirits. And this nectar, once it reaches the recipients, can manifest into appropriate offerings. So things like puja offerings, food and drink, gold, jewels, silks, medicines. And you'll have the opportunity to envision yourself receiving such personal medicine that you need at this time at the end of this part of the practice. The next stage will be the red feast of flesh, blood, and bones. This is presented to the wrathful deities, the malevolent spirits, and personal and collective demons. These beings would certainly be welcome at the white feast, but they want the blood feast. This visualization will involve our flesh, blood, organs, and bones being laid out on our flayed skins. And here again, you're invited to visualize your personal demons taking part in this feast as a result being transformed into benevolent light beings. They become our allies. We will then offer our guests of the two feasts are altruistic love in the section called the Gifts of Dharma and Protection. Here we show the way to enlightenment to those beings transformed by consuming the feast items. There'll be a short mantra repetition then to generate healing energy. Then a reintegration of the Divine Mother and these transformed beings back into ourselves. And then a short silent meditation to rest and also to integrate the practice into ourselves. And then some closing benedictions. To punctuate certain parts of the meditation and the ritual, we'll be using the mantra Pe, which means crack or boom. And this mantra releases our intentions into the universe. And we'll also be using 3 traditional seed mantras, Om, Ah, Hum, which embody the power of the Divine Mother in all of her aspects. So at this point, I invite you to find a comfortable seated position to begin with. Those of you who wish to go into Shavasana, I'll be invited to it a little bit later. We're going to begin with our opening puja. So I invite you to sit comfortably, look upon your screen with a relaxed gaze as we give our offerings to the Divine Mother. So let's begin by bringing the palms of our hands together at our heart center. And we'll begin by chanting those 3 syllables, Om, Ah, Hum. So inhale Om. Inhale Ah. And inhale Hum. Inhale and exhale. Open your eyes if they were closed. Om Mahagurudeva Dakini Sepadevada Agyam Praticha Hum Sva. Om Mahagurudeva Dakini Sepadevada Padyam Praticha Hum Sva. Om Mahagurudeva Dakini Sepadevada Pushpe Praticha Hum Sva. Om Mahagurudeva Dakini Sepadevada Dope Praticha Hum Sva. Om Mahagurudeva Dakini Sepadevada Aloke Praticha Hum Sva. Om Mahagurudeva Dakini Sepadevada Navidye Praticha Hum Sva. Om Mahagurudeva Dakini Separevara Gande Praticha Om Sva. Om Mahagurudeva Dakini Separevara Shabda Praticha Om Sva. Om Mahagurudeva Dakini Saparivara Puja Praticha Om Sva. Jema Vajrayogini. So I invite you now to sit or to lay down comfortably in a position with a straight back, making adjustments that you might need so that you can remain still for the next several minutes. If sitting up, maybe roll the shoulders back. Make sure your back is straight. Maybe have a little pillow under your hips. If you're laying down, let your feet be about hip width. The feet can drop to opposite directions. Your arms a comfortable distance from your body, palms up. You may want to have a little something under your knees or under your head to facilitate comfort. But take a moment now to make any adjustments or micro adjustments that you might need. And then once you're in position and comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes and begin breathing deeply, and to just open yourself to the visualizations and the experiences. And if you wish, I invite you to think about and maybe visualize a personal issue that's currently in need of healing or resolution. Think about the issue, perhaps visualize it. And if you can, note where this issue resides in your physical body, and let this be your personal focus for the energies generated by this practice. And then, if it feels right, I invite you to imagine what your personal issue would look like if it were a living being. This is your personal demon, which will be fed and transformed into a benevolent light being during the Red Feast portion of our meditation. So take a moment, notice its appearance, its size, its shape, and any other characteristics. And then just let that visualization go for the time being. Relax, breathe deeply, and let the songs, the mantras, and the instruments guide your consciousness. of space is a lion throne, with a lotus and a sun disk. On this appears the mother of us all, the venerable Vajrayogini. In front of her are the guardian deities. On her right side are the Buddhas. Behind her are the holy Dharma. On her left, the Sangha community. Above her are the root lineage gurus. Surrounding her are the protectors, together with the bodhisattvas. All of these are objects of refuge. Abide within a tent of rainbow light, amidst a cloud of lustrous blessings. We and all sentient beings, until the achievement of enlightenment. In order to protect us from the fear of our enemy samsara, by our complete and utter trust in you, we go for refuge in the three jewels: Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Mother of all sentient beings in the 6 realms of existence, who are tormented by sufferings we by ourselves will attain, unsurpassable, complete enlightenment, and quickly liberate all those beings. Pay. Sri Vajradharma and Vajrayogini, Venerable Naropa, his sons and others, to the protectors and the root lamas, we request you strongly with deep devotion, enlighten our thinking in order to perfect the supreme accomplishment. May we be able to see our own faces, to visualize the absence of all activities. Bless us to be liberated in this very place. Pay. our flayed skins are spread all about, becoming the golden ground. Our guts are piled up as high as Mount Meru. Our limbs are arranged as 4 continents. We offer this mandala to please you. Venerable guardians, pay! The essence of our true selves is Vajrayogini, as a tiny presence within our hearts. Holding a curved knife, she shoots out from our crowns. Pay! Into the space above us all. She cuts off the tops of our skulls and places them onto a hearth of 3 skulls. Our skull cups are filled with an ocean of blood, and heaps of our flesh, organs, and bones. Pay! Pay! Underneath our skull cups moves the wind. Fire blazes and our body parts start to boil. By the 3 letters, the Buddha's blessings are drawn into the boiling contents. Om Ahom, Om Ahom, Om Ahom. Hey! All mistakes are transformed and purified into the nectar of wisdom. Wisdom nectar expands, becoming inexhaustible. Om Ahom Pei. To the glorious Lord of the 100 Buddha families of Vajradharma, to the protectors, the root and lineage, we offer our undefiled bodies as the nectar of wisdom. Please bestow both supreme and common yogic powers to the goddess Vajrayogini, mother of the victorious ones, to the mandalas of the deities of the 4 tantric scriptures. We offer our undefiled bodies as the nectar of wisdom. Please bestow the accomplishments of liberation in this lifetime. Om Ahom hong pei. To the gathering of local gods, dakas and dakinis of the sacred places, and to the Dharma protectors who maintain our sacred vows. We offer our undefiled bodies as the nectar of wisdom. Move all obscuring circumstances and achieve harmonious conditions. Om Ahong Pei. Our bodies become the nectar of wisdom. Those dwelling in samsara and nirvana. This immeasurable wealth we offer to all the guests high and low, and to those who desire wealth, be satisfied by enjoying our undefiled bodies. Demons, those to whom we owe karmic debts, and beings of the six realms, they are the guests of compassion. Om Ahong Pei. Your body will become a deity, and your mind will become divine consciousness. When you are liberated, may you travel with the dakinis. Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong. Hey, hey, hey. I invite you now to envision yourself receiving the nectar and medicines that you need at this time for the healing of body, mind, and spirit. Pei. Again, our bodies are suddenly reborn and collapse, falling down dead. Our skins are spread out completely, covering the ground below us, as chunks of meat, mountains of flesh, blood and bones, along with our blood, brains, fat, and bloody guts, heaped on top of our skin. Pei, Pei, Pei. Oh, you hosts of mischievous gods and the demons of existence, you have great magical powers to change into any shape. Since you have those tremendous powers, gather here like storm clouds. When we give you our bodies, which are very dear to us, gobble them up completely, crunch our bones and suck the marrow, slurp slurp up the great ocean of red blood, and wear our skins as your shawl. If you are not able to give you this, we are small-hearted yogins. If you are not able to eat this, then you have feeble power. Exert yourselves and display all 9 of your magical powers. Eat our bodies up completely, and do not even leave the smallest morsel. Pay, pay, pay. The nature of our minds has no birth, no ending, and no dwelling. Can anyone threaten our minds, which are like the center of space? Since we will definitely have to leave these illusory bodies, giving our bodies at this time is a supreme accumulation. O Ma Hong Pei. So all of you be satisfied, pacify all your evil thoughts, moisten your minds with compassion, go back to your own places now, and please enter the door of liberation, the offer, the offering, and act of offering. From the absolute point of view, these 3 have no reality. From the relative point of view, cause and effect cannot be denied. The interdependent arising of all things is a wonderful display. O Ma Hong Pei. By the power and merit of this right, you and all sentient beings who are living during this degenerate age within the wrathful protectors, the glorious Father Mothers, the Vajra heart will be liberated. O Ma Hong, O Ma Hong, O Ma Hong Pei. Te ta om gatte gatte pere gatte peresum gatte bodhisoha. Pei. Te ta om gatte gatte pere gatte peresum gatte bodhisoha. Pei. Te ta om gatte gatte pere gatte peresum gatte bodhisoha. Pei. Gatte gatte pere gatte peresum gatte bodhisoha. Pei. Te ta om gatte gatte pere gatte peresum gatte bodhisoha. Pei. Te ta om gatte gatte gate paragate parasamgate bodhisoha pay Teyata om gate 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 gate paragate parasamgate bodhisoha pay 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 pay. Gone, gone to the other shore beyond, to enlightenment. I invite you now to visualize the Venerable Vajrayogini standing upon two bodies above the crowns of your heads. Surrounding her are the demons, spirits, and ghosts who took part in our feast, now transformed into benevolent life beings. They have become bodhisattvas, our allies. With the syllable pay, they shall transform into a sphere of golden light above our heads. Pay. And then with the next inhalation and the syllable pay, the sphere will descend through the crowns of our heads, through our central channels, to rest within our heart centers. Pay. I invite you now to take a deep and clearing breath and let go of the meditation. And just let yourself rest in a place of stillness and silence, integrating tonight's practice into your being. Jema. Om Ahom. Om Ahom. Om Ahom. I invite you to take another deep and clearing breath, letting go further of the meditation. Bring yourself back into your personal space. First, begin to notice the sound of my voice and any other sounds in your personal space. Notice the floor beneath you, where you're either sitting or laying down. Notice the feeling of the clothes that you're wearing. Maybe the props you've surrounded yourself with. And the temperature of the air on your skin. And then I invite you to slowly move your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet, your arms and your legs. And if you're laying down, keeping your eyes closed, I invite you to roll over on one side and just rest there for a moment. And then engaging your arms to bring yourself back up carefully into an upright position. And I invite everybody to bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Happiness to all sentient beings. Peace, peace, peace. I invite you to take a moment and thank the Divine Mother for her presence this evening, knowing she's with you always. And take a moment also to give gratitude to yourself for taking part in this practice. And finally, acknowledge that taking part in this practice was an important step in providing resolution or healing to some aspect of yourself. And know that you can replay the recording of tonight's practice anytime you have need for that visualization. And then slowly opening your eyes, keeping a relaxed gaze. Namaste. Blessings always. Thank you so very much for joining me. And Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Om Ahum Pe. So I hope you enjoyed that this evening. As we have often advised, I recommend you take it easy for a little while, maybe do a little more personal meditation before resuming your daily or nightly activities. And also be open to the effects of this practice in the days to come, maybe in the form of dreams or insights, or just changes in attitudes, maybe handling a situation a little differently than you might otherwise. And just once again, I thank you for joining me. And I look forward to you joining me on Tuesday for our guided visualization meditation of Ma Kali in all of her forms. So until then, have a wonderful night and a wonderful couple of days ahead. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. And good night.